Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and to those of you who are coming here for the first time, a hearty welcome. Today I'm going to take you on a journey of transformation. Every single thing you desire in your life that is not the status quo requires a level of transformation. Whether it is up-leveling your relationship, whether it is bringing your business to a new level, or even in your own spiritual experience, transformation is the key. Now, in 2019, I created a model, a transformational model that walks you through the process of how transformation is achieved. And in a moment, I will be sharing with you this model and the various steps that anyone needs to take if they're serious about their transformation. And it is my desire that that process will help you to take on a more practical look at what transformation means, because I believe many of us are hitting and missing. So, are you ready? Let's get started. Now, the process of transformation requires an innate, intuitive attention to all that is happening inside of you, around you, and using those experiences from outside and from other people to integrate with you on the inside, so you are able to come to grips with whatever the next level is of growth that is needed. And this process is quite intuitive. It requires connection with your spirit. I am talking about spiritual guidance per se. Now, in this model, we have 4 general characteristics that people are represented by. The first one is the dreamer. The dreamer, as you will learn a little later, is the one who may not be able to bring that focused intuitive guidance into his or her life, and therefore everything is scattered. We'll talk more about that later. The second one is the settler. The settler is not processing or is not even attentive to the intuitive guidance that are coming in, and so they just settle. Life is like, la la la, I'm just gonna go with the flow, and it doesn't even matter what's going on. I have no interest about anything that's happening around me. That is the settler. The third character is the ambitious achiever, and many of you may find yourself in this particular category. There's some level of intuitive guidance, yes, and this person is the person who really goes above and beyond, fulfilling on tasks, doing everything that is needed. Really a very power hour person, if I may style it that way. Somebody who goes after what they want, but deep inside there is an emptiness and a void. Now, I'll pause here to say that many people experience this at this level. And a few years ago, when I grabbed the statistics on how many people really enjoy their work life, it was pathetic. It was more than 70% of individuals who did not enjoy their work life. And people were getting up and going to work every day, some of whom were ambitious achievers because they worked well, they completed their tasks, they got the promotions, they moved up the ladder, and somehow they're not cued into the fact there is something more for them in their lives. And so they continue this treadmill until that tension and that void mounts so huge, so big, that they become burnt out and they're not able to handle it. Now, in terms of being an ambitious achiever, you have to realize that it's not important or it's not necessary to stay at that level. And so in this video, we will not only share some of the other characteristics of this person, but we will also introduce you to later topics that will piggyback off of this topic to help you on this transformation journey. So it's, in essence, it's not just one video. It'll be about 2 or 3 videos that will guide you through the process so you can take strategic steps to move your life to the next level. So that is the ambitious achiever. And if you are there, have no fear. There is a way out. I was one of those ambitious achievers. And here I am today, really enjoying a fulfilling life. The fourth and the final one is a self-actualizer. And a self-actualizer, I believe, is a sort of misnomer because I feel that no one is self-actualized, but you can be living in your fullest and best self in this moment, and tomorrow there will be another level that you desire. So it is really a dynamic level, a process that you are able to take step by step as you advance through your life. But if you're not advancing and you're staying stuck in one place, then this video will be really, really great for you. So before I point you to the model, I am going to say this, that there are certain characteristics that embodies the transformation. The first thing is integrity and commitment. Integrity is that ability to do as you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. Do you find yourself falling off the bandwagon when you commit to yourself or when you commit to someone else? Is that what you do? Because if you're doing that, then you lack integrity. And it is some area that needs to be addressed and needs to be paid attention to so that you can continue your transformational journey. The second thing is that strong desire or passion. Transformation and the process of self-actualization cannot occur in a vacuum. You must have a strong passion and desire for what you are doing. Otherwise, you're not self-actualized. There'll be some level of humming underneath of what you could be or what is missing if you do not take that important step. So it's important. So without any further ado, I will turn to the model now and walk you through the steps. And then we will come back here and we'll wrap it up. So here we are looking at the Peace, Power, Profits Personal Transformation Model. And as I said before, any area of your life that you are seeking transformation in requires that these areas be addressed. So right here, the first process that's needed is awareness. You must be aware of what is needed. You must be aware of where you are at. You must be aware of where you are functioning. So awareness is that first level that will have you cueing into the need of what has to be addressed. Creation is the next process. So once you become aware, you start gathering data here. You gather data about yourself. You gather data about your needs. You gather data about what you like, your likes, your dislikes, your boundaries, who you are as a spirit being. You become aware. You remember who you are. Now you gather all that data and you start using it in a creative process to put together yourself. And in the third process, the transformation begins. And as I said, no one is totally evolved. There are 4 areas that people find themselves in. First one here is dreamer. lacking the focus, as I said before. They are low on integrity. They are high on desire and passion because they are very passionate about a lot of things, but because of the lack of focus, they're not able to stay committed. They're sporadic in their actions. The settler is the person who is kind of tuned out to the guidance. They're not aware that the guidance is going on. So they're very low on awareness. They're low on desire and passion. They have no drive. And they're also sporadic. Maybe more consistent than this one, just consistently doing nothing with their lives. The ambitious achiever is that one who really achieves high, very high in integrity, very consistent in performance, but somewhat low in awareness. They have partial guidance about where they should be headed in their life, but they're not totally cued into it. And so they continue to burn themselves out doing somebody else's task instead of tuning in to what their own guidance is. And this is where everyone needs to be, the self-actualizer, tuned in to the guidance, tapped in to what is going on, high on integrity, consistent in action, and very high on desire and passion. So these are the areas of our transformation model. And so now let's go back and see where we pick up from here. Now, wasn't that amazing? After seeing all of those steps, where do you find yourself? If you have some challenges doing that, there is an assessment that is created on my website that you can go there now to address. It is thedrgwen.com, THEDRGWEN.com. And right at the top, above the fold of that website, you will find a link for you to take the assessment. Click on it, take the assessment, and what will be returned to you is your results, which will give you a breakdown of where you need to head next and what you need to do next in order to step up your transformational journey. So I hope you actually did enjoy that presentation. Our next level is diving deep into the desire passion model. I've got a lot of things to say about that. So you'll have to catch me in my next video as I address that, because I feel that this is going to be an area where a lot of you will be excitedly inspired by. So once again, I am so grateful that you joined me here. And what I am going to ask you to do is to click the like button if you really did enjoy this video. And I am brushing on 100 subscribers. And so if you have not yet subscribed, may I ask you to click that subscribe button and subscribe so you can be notified when the next video comes to light. Thank you, my friends, for joining me. That's all I have for you for now. Take care and goodbye.